All right. I guess it's Saturday?
It is.
Saturday.
All right. I always mess up
the
the days, right? And we're live again here Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock our time. I guess it's noon. You guys are all the way from California, man. Please introduce yourselves.
Not everybody talking once. I'm Chris, bass player from Nightshadow. What up? Nick, stop being so stone-faced.
I know, right? He's serious over there.
I know. He kind of looks. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Nick? Oh, he dropped. I think his connection dropped. Okay, that explains why he was just giving us a blank stare. Okay. Yay, technology.
Yeah, I know, right?
So why don't you tell us who the other band members are? Here we go.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Okay. Do you want to tell us who you are?
Yeah. All right. So I'm Nick, and I'm the founder and one of 2 lead guitarists for Nightshadow.
Right on. All right. Well, why don't you tell us who the other members are in the band, as well as tell us how you guys got together?
All right. So our other guitarist is Danny Fang. Our vocalist name is Brian Dell. Our drummer is Sean Woodman, and our bassist, Chris Bader, is with us today. And as far as the band goes, so I first founded the band back in 2012 when I was still in college. And I just started out with a couple of my friends just jamming in his garage. And we're trying to get started back then, but we were all still in school. Our class schedules were changing all the time, and we couldn't find a drummer. So it just kind of fell off the radar and never got off the ground. So after I graduated and I moved down to San Diego in 2014, I immediately started trying to put it together again. And it still took me a while to find all the members to get it started. So we didn't really get going until late 2015, early 2016. So there was a lot of building up to do before we were able to get started.
That's a fair bit of legwork to do to get everything. Last few bands we've talked to, they've known each other for 20, 30 years. They just, let's start a band, and then instantly they were a band now, right? So
yeah, it was kind of funny. I'm actually the only one, at the time, I was the only one in the band that had ever been in a band before, and I kind of had to teach these guys how to be in a band. Because they had a singer that never showed up, and we had a drummer that couldn't count to 4. And I'm like, I'm looking at these 2 guitar players going like, I can mold them. And it took me a while to convince them to finally fire the drummer. And once we found the right guy, I mean, it was a completely different band overnight. It was incredible. And once we found the right mix, the band, literally, it was a different band overnight, and we just took off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my hesitation on that stemmed from when I was trying to find a drummer back in 2012 and I couldn't. So the idea of losing a drummer was like, oh my God, it's just gonna die again. So that's kind of where my hesitation stemmed from, because trying to find a good drummer is probably one of the hardest things to do with putting a band together.
Oh, it's so true. Everyone we talk to, like, as far as being a drummer, they've always got a drum for like 6 other dudes, because there's just not enough of them out there, man.
Yeah, I was going to say that, especially here in San Diego, because I know multiple drummers that are literally in 4, 5, 6 bands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the drummer for No Skin is in like 7 different bands, and they're all over the country. Him and Chris, is it Chris? No, Adam.
No,
and Adam, the 2 guys that are in No Skin, they had never met before. Produced and put together an album and had never met before until they had met on our show during an interview one night. And that's what he was saying, was he's in like, I think it's 6 or 7 bands he does drums for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so I see what you're saying about them not being a dime a dozen.
Found their album like maybe 20 minutes after they released it. I found the album, reached out to them, and was like, hey.
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes after, eh?
Yeah. But so with this new album, man, I have to, your fucking artwork's awesome on the cover, man. Like, I like that.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit of where that comes from, man.
So the art was, I was kind of the driving force behind that one. So the artist we got, his name is Felipe Makato Franco, and he's a graphic artist out of Colombia, and he's done work for like one of our friends is in the band Hellsot, and he's done work for them, but he's also done work for like Blind Guardian, Rhapsody of Fire, and Gamma Ray. So he's like the power metal artist. And as I saw his art style, I'm just like, I want that. So that and so thankfully, because he was friends with Hellsot, I was kind of able to get an avenue to him through that. And I just basically said to him, I was like, you know what, this is kind of what we want. And I gave him a lot of freedom to create the cover. So, and it was, it turned out really good. I love that artwork. So.
Oh, that's what caught my eye right away, man. When I looked it up, it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like this.
Yeah, that was kind of the goal, was to get something that'll just, hello, I want to listen to this.
Yeah. It's so good. I know. I briefly looked at it when I was looking for information today, and it's really neat. It is. The artwork's really good.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask a little bit about the song "Children of the Night."
So that's fun. "Children of the Night" musically is the first song I ever wrote. Like as far as music goes, I came up with that intro riff, which I actually took a video game track and kind of reworked it a little bit. And then this was back in 2012, and I just started playing. I was like, all right, I need to find a rhythm to go with this. So I looped the riff on my computer, and then I think the first chord I hit was just an E chord, and it fit. And I was like, "Oh, here we go! This is happening." So musically, that's the first original song that I ever wrote. But the lyrics came later. I cannot write lyrics to save my life, so I can do the music, but not lyrics.
I'm just a bass player. I can't do either.
I was going to ask you, do any of the lyrics and stuff? Like when you guys do get together and write the songs, is it a collaboration of everybody, or is it kind of generally you push the riff and then you just come up with a bass line? Or
so, as far as lyrics go, like our vocalist Brian writes all of those, and a lot of times he'll come in after there's a musical foundation already there. So while he's got something to work off of, he just kind of sits there and just starts writing random words and thinking up melodies. So, and as far as, collaboration, I try to keep it open. I want everyone to have their input, but for the most part, it's like Danny and I are the main songwriters. But I always try to get like, hey, what do you think of this part? What do you think of that part? Should we change this? Should we change that? So.
Nice. Right on. Do you want to elaborate a little bit on putting the album together?
As far as like the whole thing, just
sure.
It was.
Yeah, right.
It took us 5 years to have enough songs to put an album together.
Oh, wow.
Because it is a very slow writing process, because typically Nick comes in with a full idea, or Danny comes in with a full idea, and then Brian will do his lyrics and stuff like that. It's not like, it isn't like a super collaborative where we, come into practice and someone says, hey, I have an idea, and all of a sudden we write a song. Mm-hmm. So it's a very slow writing process in this band. And I joined in summer of 2015, I think it was 2016.
Yeah, 2015.
And I think there was, you guys had 3 or 4 songs at that point?
Yeah. And none of them had lyrics at that point. It was just all.
And we wrote the last song or 2 that ended up on this record right before quarantine started.
No, it was sooner than that, because we recorded all the album. We had recorded all the drums in 2019. So the songs were all written in the last
2018.
Yeah, the last 3 we wrote that made it on the album, we played those in the 2019 Bakken Battle, and that was the first time we played those. So those.
Yeah, it took us that long to write that many songs.
Yeah, just because
it's a slow process.
Yeah, because when we play so many shows, it's like, all right, let's go write. It's like, oh, we just got offered this show. All right, we got to practice for that show. So
Do you guys prefer to play live? Like, obviously, you guys just love being on that stage then? Have you had that chance yet then?
Oh, yeah.
We've done lots of shows. I mean, we've opened up for Marty Friedman. We've opened up for Adrenaline Mob, Jeff Tate, the Iron Maidens, Hammerfall. We've gotten a lot of pretty decent shows and definitely like being on stage.
I've seen your eyes light up there, Amanda. Do you have a question?
No, he said Hammerfall.
We opened up for him twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
That was
awesome. He also said the Iron Maidens too, which is a female Iron Maiden cover band.
Yep.
So yeah, that's why my eyes lit up, is because I heard those two bands. So okay, so since we haven't been able to play live and stuff like that, or I should say you guys haven't been able to play live, what has it been like for you guys? What has the lockdown been like? How has it helped you, or has it helped you guys as a band? Because I know a lot of bands, it's hit or miss. It's either been really detrimental to them as a band, or it's really helped them. So obviously you guys are together and putting things out. So how has it helped you guys?
I would say neither. I mean, we were just starting. I think we had recorded the drums just as quarantine started. And so then we did the guitars and bass at home, and then we had to wait, 6 months before we got the vocals done?
4 months. Yeah, we lost 4 months of studio time because of we finished the guitars and bass, and then almost like maybe within a few weeks it was like shut everything down. So
yeah. And so it ended up being just a lot of downtime where we weren't really planning on being that active anyway, because we were recording the record. Right. The drums got done, then we got the guitars and bass done at home, and then we had to wait several months to get in studio to do the vocals. Once that was finished, then it was obviously off to mixing and mastering and that whole process. And then we were actually signed at the time. We had a bunch of drama with our label. We ended up dropping them and releasing the record independently. And so it's a lot of time that we weren't really planning on being all that active anyway. And we were doing, aside from the 4-month delay to get vocals done, it was all stuff that we were just going to be, just doing normally as it is anyway. So nothing really changed.
Yeah. The only thing is we didn't rehearse at all because yeah. But I continued to write new stuff throughout the whole year. I probably have close to a full album's worth of new material. Whether it gets used or not is still to be determined. But it's I at least tried to keep busy with new ideas, but a lot of it was just trying to, because the album faced so many delays. There was the issue with the label, and then we had some problem with our original distributor, which to this day I don't even know what the problem was. The album was stuck in like a pending state for 3 weeks, and we didn't know, they couldn't tell us why. So it was just one delay after another. Then it was really frustrating. But
that's got to be a bit of a weight off your shoulder to finally have it out there. Then all this hard work, the dedication to actually getting it out there. Kudos to you guys for pushing through all your troubles, man, and fucking getting this music out to us, because I really enjoyed it all morning too myself, listening to it. Right, so
yeah, definitely. I'll load it onto the 2 playlists that we have, the Boneyard and Sofa City Sounds playlists. They're both public on our YouTube pages. So
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. No, you guys are fantastic. I really enjoyed listening to you this morning.
Thank you.
I just kind of had it going on a playthrough. I didn't really check out the names of the songs versus the bands, but the one that did catch my ear that I really liked was Ripper. So, can you tell us a little bit about that song?
So Ripper, we chose that one for the single. We'd gone back on a couple of different songs for what we were going to release, but we're like, all right, let's go with Ripper, because I came up with this idea for having the lyric video set in sort of like a Victorian London, because the song's about Jack the Ripper,
right?
And hence the name. So. And I thought, okay, for a video, rather than just doing what we did for one of our old videos, which is the usual fire, battle, yada, 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 I was like, well, this subject matter is a little bit different, and we can use some different imagery, so it's not pretty much a carbon copy of our old video that we did for our song Battle Cry. So we went with that one, and that was, I think we wrote that. That was one of the first songs we wrote after we had stabilized the lineup, I think, after we had played a few shows, and that was one of the first songs that came out. And then yeah, Brian wrote the lyrics for that one. He came up with, yeah, let's just write a song about Jack the Ripper. I was like, perfect. I'm okay with that. So,
right on.
Yeah. I like that we kind of differ in our lyrical content. It's not all the cliche Dungeons and Dragons. Not that we don't do that from time to time, but having songs that have a little bit different lyrical content is kind of nice for me. So it's not just all the same.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, we'll have a video tonight premiering. Of all the new shit that's coming. Speaking of D&D,
yes, that's we figured out a way to mix music and Dungeons and Dragons and kind of give it a spin where people actually like. I mean, I myself, I'm not into it. There's tons of people that are into it, but now we're able to like mix the two things together, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's something I'm learning about. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, do you guys have any tea to spill? Anything new coming up? Or like, what are the big plans for the future for you guys?
We got, it hasn't been announced yet. We got a show pending this summer with Ex Mortis. We were slated before quarantine started. We were going to be opening up for Immortal Guardian and Power Glove. That has been rescheduled for October, I believe.
Nice.
So yeah, Immortal Guardian is definitely one of my favorite new bands. They're phenomenal. I love playing with those guys. So I was stoked that got rescheduled. But as of right now, I mean, that's it. We're just waiting for things to really get back into full swing. But you know, two shows that have yet to really. So that here, spoiler alert, you guys get the what's the word? Early announcement. Yeah, Ex Mortis is this summer, and Immortal Guardian in the fall.
Oh,
amazing!
I'll probably be there in the fall.
CJ, why can't I teleport and be in like 10 places at once?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Not Ontario, so I can see live music again.
Yeah. We'll have it soon too, though. We're starting to open up. Everyone's doing their shit. So.
I know. We're sitting right on the brink, though, and they've been like, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like we've had that happen so many times now. I'm just like, whatever. Let me know when things are open. I've had private tickets for 2 years, and I got to be honest, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, we did that in California.
I care, but
like we opened and then it went back and then
back and forth.
Yeah. And that was the most annoying part of it. It was just like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. No, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but this. Oh no, never mind. It was just like,
I know, like we followed the same model. It was like, it was ridiculous. And now they're like, well, it's gonna happen based on percentage. So maybe after this date, based on this percentage, we'll open.
Well, it's funny, they were going to open us up, but it's our long weekend here this weekend. So they decided to.
Yeah.
They opened the restaurants on Clifton Hill. I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada. So, like, it's really weird there not being 1 million people by the falls right now. I was able to walk down there today and yesterday and like do this and not touch a human. And it was it's been living here my whole life. So this is weird. You know, like, I mean, I imagine, I don't know, like I've never been to California, so I don't know what it's like there, but if you guys are around busy areas at all, I imagine that it's kind of bittersweet for you guys as well. When you go outside and you see hundreds of people on a regular basis, and then all of a sudden you go outside and it's like there's nobody around. So, like, do you think people are going to be hesitant to get back into shows and jumping in mosh pits and stuff, or do you think they're going to be like me and just be like, "Let's go"?
Some probably will. Yeah, some probably will, but I think most people are just like, all right, back in.
Yeah, there's actually already been a handful of underground shows that have not been like really publicly promoted.
Right.
That, you know, oh, we've joined this special private group to get the address kind of situation. I mean, so those underground shows have already been going. And I mean, there's going to be a certain percentage that are probably going to stay away, but I think for the most part, people are going to be pretty anxious to get back out. I know I've seen a lot of people post that they've already got their tickets for Psycho Las Vegas, which is going to be this summer, and people are ready.
I can fly to Vegas and back and still make it to work. That might be a good time right there. And I got cheap flights too, man. You have to send me the dates and then after the show, man. And
yeah. And I think they retained a lot of the same acts that were supposed to play last year. I think, I know Merciful Fate dropped, but I think Emperor is still on. So that was another big one that people wanted to see.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fantastic. It'd be my first time actually in Vegas. I've been all around it, just never went right into her yet. So.
And then I've seen, I don't know about a lot of the European festivals. I think Download Fest got bumped again, but I don't remember for sure. And I haven't really heard too much on the other ones. I think Vakken is still scheduled to go forward this year, but and like I said, they retained their tickets and I think most of their lineup from last year. So but I still think a lot of them are kind of on a wait and see basis, especially over in Europe now, where they're having a lot of problems now as far as getting people vaccinated and having their numbers low enough. But as of right now, I think tentatively most of those festivals are scheduled to go on this year.
It'd be interesting to see. I know I was supposed to go to Rock and Ram, I believe it was last year. Not all couldn't be done, right? So
I think I'm going to sit out this year and I'm going to get a bunch of books finished.
Yeah.
I'm slacking. I'm not slacking. I just got so much on the go that it's going to be a lot. But I think I'm going to sit this year out and see how things go, and then I think I'm just going to dive right into the pits next year. Next time. I mean, we're already this far into the summer, so yes, I know it's not summer yet, but it's summer.
I know. Still spring here, right?
Getting close.
Like, I'm getting a sunburn at 8:00 in the morning. It's summer. So where can we find all of your albums, your merchandise, you guys, your info, all that fun stuff? Because we dug all morning looking for information for you guys, and like we found all of your links. But you guys you're a very private band as far as the things that you guys are up to. So where can we find all your stuff?
I mean, from those links, pretty much. Like we're most active on our Facebook page, and all of our merch is available on our Bandcamp page. We have our T-shirts. We have 2 different designs, one with the album artwork and one with our logo. That's where we can buy CDs. We are currently out, but I'm expecting the next batch to be delivered in the next week or so. So we'll have CDs back up on there again.
Oh, nice.
And then we're also going to have a run of long sleeve shirts. I've gotten those finalized finally, and those should be getting done in the next couple of weeks or so. And those will go on.
Excellent. So. That's what we've been working on, getting our merch straightened around, and we're almost there. We've almost got it locked down to where we can have like cups and blankets, flags, whatever.
Our doors should open up next week, actually.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
As far as Philly Tea goes, TJ, where our store will be ready next week. Just so you know.
Excellent.
So, is there anything that we haven't asked you guys that you would like the world to know? Because I know you guys have previous engagements engagements you have to get to. So, is there anything else that you guys want to tell us before we let you go, and then we'll reschedule you for a much longer interview in the future?
I mean, really, right now it's all about the record because there's not a lot of life going on right now. So, I mean, it's available on all the streaming platforms. You can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, so on and so forth. Buy it on iTunes. We prefer you buy because then we actually make money as opposed to half a penny per song.
Yeah.
We probably need to hire somebody with a personality to manage our social media. That's why you can't find too much on us. But Twitter, barely touch Twitter. We're on Instagram sometimes. You know, Facebook if we actually have a thought that we think is worth sharing, which isn't very often. But you know, you can buy the CD and the shirts on Bandcamp, and if you're in the SoCal area, we'll be posting shows soon. I mean, that's really the bulk of what we got going on right now.
Awesome. Right on. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure and honor, guys. We really appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
So much.
Our guest for tonight, I'm just going to give the update while we're live now, so they're not wondering tonight. They're in the middle of their music video shoot, and because of the time frame with the producer out of Vancouver, they have to get it done today, so they will not be on tonight. We're planning on rescheduling for that tonight. So just so people know, this is it today, baby. So got the night.
All right. Well, in the very, very near future, one of us will get a hold of you guys about the opportunity to become a part of Sofa City Sounds as well as the Boneyard. And have a fantastic day, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Too.
Amazing.
Yep.
See ya.
Play it loud, play it proud, people, and make sure you check out their album. It's fucking fantastic.
It was,
Yeah.
Brandon.